How do we use AI correctly, and how is it supposed to help? Well, I think it was scary at first. You can't wrap your head around it, and now suddenly kids are using it and popping out these papers in 2 seconds that are phenomenal, but you know they're not, they're papers. So I think a gut reaction of fear is we're not doing that. How do we change this from fear to a learning experience?
You have some people that still are very hesitant on how to incorporate it, and you've got some teachers that have really taken off with it. We want teachers to stay in that role. We don't want you to burn out. This is a tool that you can use in your classroom that just makes things better, not only for them, but for our students.
It's our biggest challenge is time. There's this tension of everything's new all the time, and so it's like you always hear the one more thing scenario. There's an opportunity for our teachers to use it in such a way that it will allow them to see time differently.
You know the climate and culture of a building. You have to weave a district initiative in my experience, the right way. It has to be intrinsic motivation, right? So teachers, I would say, on the most part, are trying to find their own way in using it.
How do we measure like authentic use to where it's not just one more thing?
I've had to rethink this idea that AI is a workaround, right? That I'm being lazy when I'm trying to create these lesson plans that are engaging. If I just put it in AI, am I not doing my job? Am I not giving the kids the time and effort that they deserve, right? So I've kind of had to rethink that. I put the lesson that I've taught for years into Gemini. It kind of guided me to a more compelling conclusion for that lesson. If I consider AI as a thought partner, I'm not cheating the system. You know, I'm only becoming a better educator and coming up with better ideas.
The Gemini has like a learning app, learning tool that they can type in like, I'm a 9th grade biology student, teach me this subject. And then it actually goes through almost like a little lesson with them, and they can interact with the AI. And I was going to try to use that more just so that they can learn how to interact with AI. It's very helpful because AI can do some things that I can't. It can help answer some questions in ways that they understand better that maybe I might not be able to.
I have had them use it for inspiration. They are able to look up things to give them ideas. There was this article, and the article was 24 pages long. And so I took the article, I put it in Notebook LM. It made a podcast, and they have really great personalities, and the kids were able to listen to it, and they got the exact same information.
More recently, I've been playing around with some image generation, and my students seem to really like seeing pictures of me in certain situations.
When we do creative things, AI has made it so that it's even more creative and even more fun for the kids. But what I've found is if I use AI and say, hey, I need this to be more interesting, I need this to be more engaging, this is a skill that my students need to have, it gives me lots of good ideas so that I can step up my game. Because, 24 years ago, the students that I had then are not the same students now. So it forces me to make things more engaging for the new generation that I have.
It can personalize the learning for that specific kid where they're at. We're not only just saying, hey, here it is. We're teaching them how to do it ethically. We're putting parameters on it. We're highlighting that it needs to be your own work, however you do it.
Overall, that's kind of been our vision, is just making sure that our students are prepared for it, can speak to some of the underlying things like the ethics and the bias and how reliable it can be and not be.
You have to always vet it, right? You do it and you research it, right? To back it up, because you want to be sure what the product is right.
I need students to do their own work so that I can see where they need to improve. And so when ChatGPT came out, it was very challenging, especially at the beginning of the year when I didn't know my students' writing yet. It was hard for me to determine whether or not they'd written it themselves.
We've had to shift how we think about assignments, because now it's going from just answering a question to, can you actually explain this to me? Which I think is actually better in the long run.
You can't lose that human element to education because it's important. It's important for the kids' mental health. It's important for the mental health of our society to maintain some type of humanity in our education system.